everybody, what's happening? Welcome to my Thursday Q&A. Every Thursday, I make these videos where I answer your questions, so drop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer everybody's question next week. And if you want your question answered in a Q&A video, make sure that it is in the previous week's comment section. So let's get started on this. Nikki Myers asks, how long will you be staying at your parents' house? By the way, I got new hardwood floors in this thing. Video will be up tomorrow. I just deleted some of the files on accident, but I'll get them back. So how long will I be staying at my parents' house? Until the van's done. Maybe a little bit longer, because I got to make sure I have enough money to leave. Pluto Platter says, party is really code for fill in the blanks for what? Apparently it means either gay sex or doing cocaine or meth or something to some people. Vegan Traveler Travels says, what's with the fart sounds? I had a little, it's called a pooter. It's a little fart machine thing. And I was using that to see if I could do it without smiling, and it didn't work. Mike says, was your transition to vegan a slow process, or do you have a discussion about it in one of your videos? I did talk about it in one of my videos, one when I was in Utah actually, and I'm not vegan. I've been transitioning towards it for a while now, and I'm still kind of working on it. It's been a tough transition for me, learning how to cook totally differently and learning about nutrition and all this different stuff, as well as just finding food to eat at restaurants. Silly Dogma says, in the future, would you consider maybe blogging about your history, life before the road, everything that led to this point where you're at? That's a video I would watch. Yes, I have, and I feel like it's kind of my duty as someone who's come from like a traumatic, tough, hard childhood into someone who's made their life fulfilling and happy. I think that that's the things that I have done in my life is information that other people need to hear. And it's tough because, okay, my parents did the best they could for me. They loved me. They did the best they could with what they knew. But my childhood was really hard, and it's going to be impossible to explain this stuff without making them look bad. So I'm kind of in a tough spot. I need to continue thinking about it and talk to them. But I am definitely interested in doing a life story, probably a series of videos, because it's going to take that. Or maybe a book or something, I don't know, later on. Not that I'm that important or anything, but the stuff that I've gone through and to get to the point where I am now has been really tough, and I think that it could help a lot of people, so I'm willing to do that. But like I said, it would make my parents look bad, and I'm not sure about the consequences about telling your life story and all the stuff you've been through on the internet where people can use it against you. I don't know how they could use it against you besides leaving nasty comments. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, we'll find out. John Cosmo says, I know you talked in other videos about spirituality, Buddhism. Did you ever try getting to know Jesus Christ through a personal relationship, prayer, meditation, and reading the King James Bible? You should try, brother. I have tried that. I actually went to a Christian school for probably 2 weeks before I got kicked out. But yeah, no, I was a Christian for a long time. I decided that the stuff that Jesus taught was more important than about the love, and he talked about being in the moment too and stuff. I thought that was more important than believing in. I thought it was more important to do something than believe in something. Because I think our true essence is the seer, the observer, and not the belief and the thoughts and all that. That's just a little additional false us thing. And there's a lot of inconsistencies in the Bible and stuff. And I just don't want to believe in something. I want to be in the moment. I want to be love. I don't want to believe in love. You know what I mean? This shirt, I must have washed it in some weird stuff because it itches really bad. But it's going to make my mic sound bad. Sorry about that. Bear 8 Photo says, when you travel, do you make sure you get fluoride-free drinking water? I try to. It's not always possible. Yeah, I try to do the same thing, filling up my container at Walmart and the bulk thing. Dude, everything itches right now. I think I'm having an allergic reaction to something. Yeah, I try to. Sometimes it's not possible. I think that every once in a while having a little bit of fluoride isn't going to kill you. Taz Paleo says, hey neighbor, can you explain what amp hours are and how you calculate how many I need to plan for? I stay in my Dodge Caravan 1 to 5 days a week. I escort oversized trucks, and hotels are very expensive. Yes, they are very expensive. They add up quick. Amp hours, the way I understand them, is the rating of how many amps a load consumes in an hour. I have no idea how you calculate that. I guess you would have to figure out all of your different loads, what their amp hour rating is, I guess. I don't know, man. I never got into this stuff. I'm not the right guy to answer this. I just figured out like what most other people, what size battery they were using and what kind of stuff they were powering with it, and I just went off of that, and that pretty much worked out for me. I know that I need 200 amp hour battery instead of 100 to run the fridge and the roof fan and lights and charge my laptop and phone and other stuff. Hella Danny says, I heard you talk a couple times about how you used to party a lot and smoke weed every day. How did you come to where you are now? Was it a conscious decision that you needed to change your lifestyle, or did you just wake up one day and decide that you were over it? Or how did that go? Did you just do it on your own, or did you get help? Sorry if this is too personal. If it is too long question Q&A, every time you bring up how you don't smoke weed anymore, but I wonder how. Sorry, that last one got a little scattered. I think faster than I can read, and it kind of... So I just like decided that this is dumb. This isn't me being me. This is me escaping. When I started smoking weed, I did it for self-exploration. I did it to see the world and see myself in a different way and break out of my cycles and break out of my habits and just look at things differently. And it was great for that for quite a while. It was really good for that. I saw a lot of things differently, and it really helped me grow and explore myself. But after a while, it just became a habit. It was just something I did, and it was like, oh, good, I'm done with everything. Now I can smoke weed and watch a movie and laugh, and it's all good. And then it started turning into an anxiety, and it was like it put me like too much in the moment. It was like too much of like a... It was just too much. It was overstimulating. It was making me anxious and stuff. So that's mainly why I quit. But the drinking part, that was a fake. I went through this really, really tough relationship thing, and for about a month I drank like every day, only like a couple beers. I wasn't like getting wasted or anything. And then I drink at parties and stuff, and it just felt inauthentic, and it felt like I was just not being myself. So I just stopped. I only drank like a couple beers a day for a month, so it wasn't like I had DTs or I was an alcoholic or anything. But I've also been very close to alcoholics my whole life, so I kind of figured out really early on that this is really stupid, like really stupid. So I just never let myself get to the point where I needed to drink. James Reed says, do you ever pick up hitchhikers? If so, how often? No, I never have. I'm too paranoid for that. Everything I own, well, now is going to be in this, I guess I had some stuff here, but everything I own is in this van, and if I get robbed or something, which would be very easy for someone to do, I'd be screwed, so I don't mess with that. I've since talked to my buddy Cody, who tinted my windows and helped me out with the mold removal and my website and a bunch of other stuff. He's a really cool dude. 480 Tramp is his new channel. You guys should check that out. I don't know if he has any videos up yet, though. When he does, I'll definitely be giving it a proper shout out. What was I talking about? Oh, he hitchhiked across the country, so he kind of opened my eyes up to that. Kind of taught me that it was okay. So I might in the future if I get really good vibes off of someone. Static Camper Van. How in the world did you get your mattress to fold into a futon? It came that way. It comes in, it's 3 different pieces that fold up into a futon or fold up into a big rectangle or whatever. It's pretty rad. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description. I slept on it last night. Super, super comfortable. And your second question, have you ever tested how many amps your Dometic fridge draws per day? I ask because I have a single 150 watt panel and I'm struggling with power all due to the fridge. You either need a bigger battery or a battery isolator. Watch my video on that if you want to know more about that. But no, I have no idea. It says in the manual how much it does per hour. I think it's like 3 amps or something. I don't know. You could probably find it on the Dometic website or Amazon. It's a CF50 model. I don't know what fridge you have though. Yours would probably be different if it's different. From what I understand, the Dometic's really efficient. Matt says, hold on, let me check my time. Okay, we're good. What do you think about certain vans like white cargo vans looking creepy? Also, do you get judged a lot for living in a van, and do you let it affect you? I don't. What do I think about white cargo vans looking? I don't think they look creepy at all. I think they just look like work vans. But it's like an inside joke kind of thing. I do think it's funny that other people find it creepy. And do I get judged for living in a van? I don't know, man. It seems like everyone, I mean, maybe I've had a couple of comments on my channel of people being like, "Arr." But I mean, even at the dentist the other day, I was at this super high-end dentist and super like cosmetic, like expensive freaking fancy ass place. They thought it was cool, so I don't know. It doesn't seem like I get judged. If I did, I wouldn't care. Doesn't matter what you do, someone's gonna judge you. Someone's got a problem with it, so. Kurt M says, Jed, you keep saying all these things about this woman you're going to meet. You haven't spent time with her in person. How do you know what she's like or that you will both get along? Well, that's how I find out. She's going to come join me for 2 weeks. But no, we've been talking every day. We've been friends on Facebook for like 2 or 3 years. And we've been together as together you can be on different continents for 7 months now. So 7 months tomorrow. If there is a 31st this month. If not today, I better tell her happy anniversary. At least I remembered. Yeah, so she's gonna come for 2 weeks, and we're gonna find out. I've got a feeling we'll make it work. Really love each other. Not like I need you to complete me, but like I really like appreciate who you are as a person and really respect you. And I think that we'll really get along really well. Scotty Scott says, could you please do a video regarding your daily routine, such as how you prepare for the day? I've kind of included that in a lot of vlogs, but I'll try to add that into a few more. I basically just lay in bed for about an hour and mess around on my phone and then get up and eat breakfast, or brush my teeth and then eat breakfast, and then kind of try to wake up for a while and do stuff. It's kind of, after that, it's different every day. Patrick Funk says, one more for you, Jed. Would you ever want a buddy in another van traveling with you, like your girl, but just some cool dude to travel with? Might be an odd question, but yeah, rock on, bud. No, that's not an odd question at all. No, not at all. I would not like that. I like people. I like especially cool people, and I like hanging out with them, but I gotta have my alone time, and 2 introverts together can be alone in the same space, and that can work. I know that can work because I've got friends that I could be with for forever because we can be alone, like in the same room all day. But 3 people, there's no way that can happen, especially in a van. No way. Cooper Road says, hey, I have been living in a van for about a month now, and I've seen so many great places, but I feel like I have lost motivation for the van life, and I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I love the outdoors and exploring, but I feel changed and don't have the spirit anymore. Any advice? It's either that the van life is just not for you, which it's definitely not for everybody, or you have to work through something and you're avoiding it and you don't know that you're avoiding it yet, and you have to work through something and change your thoughts and grow somehow so that you enjoy it again. I would probably question why you live in a van, figure out what's good about it, why is it logically better than anything else, and just keep asking yourself questions and figure out how to make it better somehow. Mike Baxter says, are you going to put solar power in your van? I got one right up here, 100 watts. Woo! Blarg says, any chance you read Henry Ward's Beecher's Last Word at some point? No, I have not, but if I see it and I have the chance to grab it, I will. Patrick Funk and Renegade Bastard said, Jed, please ask. I messaged you this before, but what do you think about living in a city urban camping while you still have a job? I want to keep my job and stay around, but still do the van life. I know most people wander, but what about this situation? Any thoughts? Rock on, Jen. Rock on, Patrick Funk. Dude, you could totally do that. Why not? Will Burson did that for a long time. That could totally work. You could save so much money doing that. I suspect that the itch will eventually kick in and you'll want to travel, but that's all right. Yeah, no, dude, hell yeah, that could totally work. Mr. BR549 says, Do you know about the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous held every winter in Quartzsite, Arizona? If so, will you make the trip in the near future? I thought that just happened and they got kicked out because there were too many people. I didn't know that was in winter. Is there another one in winter? I'll have to look into that. I'm definitely interested in doing that. It just so far it hasn't lined up with my schedule and timeline. How to for you says, when on the road, what would you say is your go-to food and drink? Okay, go-to food is definitely bread and hummus with greens on it. And go-to drink is water. Or rice milk. If I have rice milk. I love rice milk, especially the vanilla rice stream. Woo! Good stuff. I remember in one of your other vids you said that you were a vegetarian. Does that make it harder while traveling? I'm plant-based. Not fully vegetarian. I still eat meat sometimes. Does it make it harder while traveling? Absolutely. It's way hard to find vegan restaurants in most places, and I'm still figuring out how to cook without meat and stuff and feel good, feel like I have enough energy in something. There's something in meat that I wasn't getting for a while when I just like did like a cold turkey, no meat thing, and I felt really like shaky and irritable and like terrible all the time. I think it was B12 or iron or something. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. I have so many things I'm trying to do right now. So I'm trying to simplify, and right now I know that like veganism is, I've decided that it's the ethical thing to do, but right now I just gotta reduce meat as much as possible and figure that out later because I've got too many things going on. I'm trying to simplify everything. Robert Phillips says, hey, I just watched your oil change video and wondering if you grease your nipples at the same time or if you do it. No, I just lick my fingers and... No, I usually do. I didn't this time for whatever reason, probably because I was focusing on the video and forgot about it. Yeah, I usually do. I have a grease gun. I almost always do. If not every time, then every other time. Because usually when I go down there, there's fresh oil still like sitting, or fresh grease still sitting on all the fittings. So it's good. Kaylee Ann Cochran says, also, I'm wondering if you could do a vid of your meals that you cook while you were in your van, not fast food. Thank you, I'm at a loss for what to cook. I don't eat, well, I try not to eat fast food. I don't eat fast food very often. I have a lot of vlogs with food in them. I have one where I made vegan pad thai. Vegan pad thai because the sauce had like fish sauce in it or something. I made some dank ass burritos in, I think it's called Police Problems Gotta Eat, which was a genius title. I'm really proud of that one. Bomb ass vegan burrito in that one. And let's see, what other ones have I cooked in? I can't think of the names of them. Those are the two. I'm gonna try to incorporate as much cooking as possible into my vlogs. And when I head back out on the road, I'm daily vlogging. That's just my thing now. Even if it has to be like a quick, like 3-minute like update, not a fancy like all throughout the day thing. When my girl gets here, she is so good at cooking and knows so much about it, and that's when the cooking videos are really gonna like be good, because I'm not that good at cooking. I don't really enjoy it. I only really eat because I have to. Otherwise I get all irritable and shaky and it's like, oh shit, I gotta eat right now. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll add those in more as much as possible. And what do you do for security for your van while you're out? I just park in really like safe feeling areas, and I don't leave anything expensive out, and I just ordered a club, so I'm going to be adding that, and I've got an alarm system that I thought I installed, but it was messed up, so I got to get that installed right. So I'll have an alarm, I'll have everything out of sight, out of mind, and the club, and I have a hidden switch that if I flip it, then you can't start the car without flipping it. It's totally hidden. Nobody's ever going to find it. No, I'm not going to show you where it is. Ibielk says, what kind of smoothie is that? Referring to last week, I had a badass smoothie. That was greens and chia seeds and, I don't know, bananas, blueberries, strawberries. It had everything in it. It was hemp protein, hemp seeds, rice milk. Probably had a bunch of other stuff in it too. The hair on my eyebrow. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So I mentioned last week something about the t-shirts. They are online now, Into the Mystery 13/shop, with phone cases, pillows, mugs, men's, women's, and children's Love Yourself t-shirts. And I got a lot more designs of t-shirts on the way, and yoga pants, and I think some other stuff too. So thanks for watching. Love yourself!